Hello and welcome to this tutorial about how to deploy a Vue app like a pro. At the end of this tutorial, you will be capable of deploying your Vue app running only one command. The tech stack used for this tutorial of this series is the following. For sure, we will be using Vue, which will be used in the form of a GitHub repository. We will be using Ansible as the glue, as the sticking glue that will link all the project. We will be using Terraform to actually start our servers and link it with our domains. And Nginx as the web server for our Vue application. Regarding the requirements, we will need to comply with the following prerequisites. First, you will need a Python 3.8 or a higher version installed, Ansible, Terraform, and you will need a GoDaddy account with its domain and the generated keys through the API. As well, you will need a Hetzner account and create the token API tokens. Let's see how it is done. Let's begin with the verifications. First, Python. As we observe, Python is correctly installed. To check Ansible, run like this. And finally, Terraform. Let's get started with the GoDaddy domain. With GoDaddy, we just need to make sure it's a platform in which you can buy domains of any kind. So you can find your own domain and buy it as you want. From my side, I already have my domain, and you can, once you've bought it, you can find it in my products. In this case, for example, let's say I have developer to entrepreneur. On the other side, we can go to GoDaddy API. GoDaddy API allows you to generate your API keys. In order to do so, you just create this one. Let's start by deleting the old one. We just need to create a new API, put a name as you want, test, make it for production, and you're good to go. You have both the API and the missing is our servers. So on Hetzner, we're gonna go through Hetzner Cloud. We will create an account on Hetzner Cloud, and you can access from here. Login, cloud, and once you are logged in, you can actually go to any new project, create it. Once it is created, you can access to this project and generate what we call the API keys, which is on security, API tokens, and you generate the API token. Important to say is that you need to let the token to read and write. And here it goes. Let's work on the implementation. We will start with a project already created. It's a Vue app that was created from scratch. We have to clone this repository and enter in the folder Terraform Ansible with the file variables. Within this file, just need to edit the variable names with the ones that we generated previously, both on GoDaddy and in Hetzner. Finally, we just need to run this command, Ansible playbook main.yaml, and we will see the results. Let's start by cloning the repository. Since it's an open repository, you can clone it without any need of any password. Then we have to enter, as explained on the previous steps, into the Vue App. 01 Ansible. Now that we are in the correct folder, let's edit the variables with the tokens we created. As we can see, there is an nginx root location, which we are not actually interested, but the GoDaddy API key. We will delete this. We will copy the key we generated with the API key and copy it here. We will go to the secret, copy, and paste it here. Finally, for Hetzner Cloud, we will copy it and paste it here. And finally, the domain we bought, which in my case was developer to entrepreneur. We have to save, Ctrl X, and we save. Let's make sure it has been correctly stored. And here it is. Now, it's time to run the final command, which is Ansible playbook main.yaml. This command is gonna actually go through all the tasks that have been written for our Ansible and execute them in order. We are first setting the variables such as GoDaddy, API key, secrets, and each cloud along with the domain. And we will be executing the Terraform application. As we can see, the first time it actually didn't work. It's because the server from Hetzner didn't have enough time to spin up. If we run it the second time, the Terraform application will run again, but we will not be creating it again, since Ansible can actually detect if something has already been existing or not. And as we can see now, we successfully connected to the server through the Ubuntu server in Hetzner. Here on the server, once you're connected, we will perform a series of actions within the server so we can actually deploy the app, the Vue App. As you can see, we are updating and upgrading the packages, installing nginx, Git, which is already installed, and installing as well the npm. Once everything is installed, we copy the SSH keys, we clone the project and install the node modules. Finally, with everything in place, we observe that everything that running the HTTP service through against our server successfully run. Alright, now it's time to check if all the deployment has been successful. Let's begin by entering the Hetzner account. We created the project test, and as we can see, we actually created the test server with this API address. As well, this API address. Okay, now the second thing, let's check if there is a link between the server that has just been created and the domain. In this case, we were working with developer to entrepreneur. And as we can observe, this A connection has been created with the same IP as the server that was created. Finally, let's actually try to enter and see if it has been correctly deployed. And as we can see, even if we are not through HTTPS, which will be done on the following tutorial, we are correctly connecting to the Vue App. As well, we could connect through the IP address if we wanted to. So, until here, the first part of the tutorial. Thank you everyone, and if there is any question, do not hesitate to post it on Stack Overflow and paste the question in the comments. Bye.